Good afternoon. How are you? Fine? Okay. Dear students, in the last classes, we learned about the importance of management. Yes? Okay. Then, in the today's lecture, we learn about the nature of management. Nature of management. Nature, that means Swarupa. Yes. Then, if saying about that, the management, it's from the last or from the ancient period, and it is a one common thing for the all organizations or any industries. Okay? Yes. Then, if you saying about that the nature of management, the one question arises in front of us. Yes, what is that? That means here that is that management as an art or management as a science? Is that management as a science? Okay, the question arises in front of us. Okay, yes. Then we see that one by one, and before that, going through the clarify that management as an art or management as an science, we have to know the features of the management. Then only we can say that management as an art or management as a science. Okay? Yes. Then before that clarifying, first of all, we see the features or the characteristics of that art. Art, that means Kale. Yes. Science means Vidyan. Yes. Then now we see that the features among the under the that art, among that first one is existence of theoretical knowledge. Yes. The existence of theoretical knowledge. That means art is exit from the theoretical knowledge. Yes. That means here the art is carried from the theoretical knowledge. Yes. How that can? That means here the lot of take for example music or song, okay, or any speech, okay. It is here the some components of the arts, okay. Then those components are carried out from the learning of the literatures, okay, literatures on the those musics or speeches. It is here. Okay, so here that means the art becomes from the theory or theoretical knowledge. Here literature, that means here theory, Siddhanta. Yes, yes. So that is a, we call that what? The theoretical knowledge or theoretical concept. Okay, yes. The next, second one, personalized application. Yes. We just now we seeing about the features of art, then we links these features to the management. Okay, yes. Then here personalized applications, that means here the art is fully personalized application. How that means here the art is very unique in nature. That means here that art is different from person to person. Okay, take any two singers or take any two dancers. Okay, they are different from one to another. Okay, then that means here the art is a personalized application. Okay, then next, third one is that based on practice and creativity. Yes, that art is based on what? The practice and creativity. That's obviously right. It becomes from the more practice, or it is a depend on the practices of the individual and his or her creativity. His or her creativity. For example, take as a music. There are only 7 basic notes are there. Okay, that is sa re ga ma pa dha ni. Yes. Then by using those notes, okay, how the musician compose the music, that is a different from one to another. Okay, that is a different from one to another. That means here the based on which the art is based on practice and his or her creativity. Yes, his or her creativity. These are the what? The features of the art. Okay. Then now we link those features to the management. Is it apply or not? Okay. Then say first one, existence of theoretical knowledge. Yes, absolutely right. Which applies to the management? Yes. Why? Because the management is carried out by through the theoretical knowledge or theoretical concept. Okay. That means here the management have to have some theoretical views or some theoretical knowledge to handle the day-to-day operation in the business organization. Okay, that means here the first feature can apply to the management. Okay, then second, personalized application. Yes, this is also applied to the management. How? If saying about the any organization, the management's activity are different from one organization to another organization. Why? Because of the personalized application of that management. That means here the management is different from one organization to another organization. Then it is also fully applicable to the management. Then we can say that the management is an art. Okay. Then third one is based on practice and creativity. Yes, of course, this feature also apply to the management. This feature also that the feature of art, that is based on practice and creativity, also applies to the management. Why? Because the creativity of that management can show or prove the improvement or any growth of that particular organization. Okay, so that means here the management can fulfill these features. That's why we can directly say that management as an art. Okay, that management as an art. Clear? Okay. Then now we see that is that management as a science? Yes. Can we call that management as a science? Yes. Then if you say that management as a science, before that we have to know about the features of that science. Then only we can prove that management as a science. Okay? Yes. Then now we see the features of that science. Now we see the what? The features of science. See, under that first one, systematized body of knowledge. Yes, of course we right. The science is what? The systematized body of knowledge. That means it is a body of knowledge, or it is what? The truth, or it provides the some basic truths for the human beings to apply in the day-to-day operations. Okay, that means here which provides the some theories or some concepts or some principles to adopt in the day-to-day life. Then that means here that the science is what? The systematized, not ordinary. Yes, that is what called the systematized body of knowledge. Yes. Then for example, the Newton's theory, which is that the gravity theory, explains about that why the fruits fall to the earth. Okay, then this is some systematized body of that knowledge or that science. Okay, the next, principles based on experimentation. Yes, if you want to say about that science, the principles, that means tattvagalu. Yes, so principles are based on the experiments. Yes, then before that we see about that experiments, then how the principles are created, how the principles are arises, that question arises. Okay, yes. Then here the principles are created by the two ways. That means one is observation, another one is that assumption. Okay, one is from observations, another one is the what? The assumption. that we call that properly induction and reductions. Okay, then here whatever that here that principles are primarily observed, then those principles are repeatedly get into the experimentation to know the truthfulness of those principles. Okay, that means here the science covers that the principles which are based on the experimentations. Okay, the next third one is universal validity. Yes, that science is what? The universal validity. That means each and everyone have to accept that science. Okay, that means here universally, that means it is a common for all. That means the everyone can adopt or everyone can accept that the science. Okay, then only we call that universal. Okay, yes, then these are the what the features of the science. Then now we apply these features to management. Is that fulfill these principle or these features? Okay, then say first one, systematized body of knowledge. Yes, of course, right. The management fulfill the first one point, that is systematized body of knowledge. Why? Because the management have the some principles, some rules, some regulations. Okay, then those regulations are followed by the management. Okay, so that's why the first feature is followed by the management. That's why we can broadly say that management as a science. Okay, the next, principles based on experimentations. Yes, the principles based on experimentations. Here little bit conflicts is there. Why? Because the management not a mechanical way. Yes, the management is human way, or it operates with the human beings. Okay, that's why the human beings behavior are changes from day to day or from the period to period. That's why here taking the experimentations on the human beings is not possible. That's why this feature is not applicable to management. Okay, that's why in this feature, by saying the second feature, we say that management is not a science. Okay, the next, universal validity. Yes, universal validity, is that applied to the management? Yes, no, directly this feature is not applied to the management. Why? Because the management is not a universal. The management here, the activities of management, the commonly management is common for the all organizations, but here the activity or principles of that management is different from the organization to organizations. Okay, that the operations of that management is different from one organization to another organization. That means here the principles followed by the one management is different from another management. Okay, that's why this feature is not fulfill that management as a science. Okay, yes. Then whatever that, if you say about the conclusion about that management as an art or management as a science, these both are not exclusively indicated. These both are not exclusively indicated, but we are saying that the art, that is management as an art and management as a science, both are complementary to each other. Both are what? Complementary to each other. Complementary, that means one is supporting to another. Okay, there is no any one can absent. The both are present. Okay, so that means what? The management covers the both of that, management as an art and management as a science. Okay, this is about the conclusion of that, the nature of management. Yes. Then if you have any doubts regarding this, you can comment on this maybe. I will be clarified. Okay, thank you.